Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, another album review. I'll of course get back to singing. That's the main reason I even started this channel, so I can make covers and drop original songs. Which, look out, an original song is coming, so you should be excited about that. Um, I'm here to today review P-pop culture by Karan Aujla and Ikky. Now, why exactly did I choose this album? Well, recently I saw a reel by this one dance group called Everdawn, who, by the way, you should check them out. They're a very talented group. They were dancing to the song "Boyfriend" by Karan Aujla, and that made me realize that there's like this whole album of songs in this style that I just haven't listened to because I just haven't listened to that many independent Indian artists. So I was like, you know what? Why not? And here's what I think about it. Well, this is a really good album. It's got two styles which are divided into disc 1 and disc 2, which is, at least in Amazon Music, it is. Disc 1 features a sweet and bright production with catchy pop tracks with, repeating melodies, whether it's like the ah thing in For a Reason, or the in Boyfriend. It's like, the repeating melodies, the typical catchy pop tracks. While disc 2 features a more like dark and like more badass sound. There's still repeating melodies, of course, especially in Daytona. That's one that I saw it in. I'm sorry, I just washed my hair and it's. Yeah. But first, let's focus on disc 1 for a second, because when I was listening to this, I was a bit worried because all the songs sounded about the same in regard to their sound. Of course, they had different melodies and different lyrics and everything, but their sound was the same. And why? But why would this make me worried? Because I like it when people experiment. I like it when an album is like going in a direction and moving rather than like staying in one place and giving us like the same thing over and over again. I don't know. When I was listening to it, I already had these thoughts in the back of my head where I would talk in this video about I wish this experimented more and I would have given it a higher rating if it experimented more. And it did. It did. Track 5 hit Him. That's the last track in disc 1. And this track, although it's fundamentally the same as the previous ones, it has like Aujla singing in like a more thin voice compared to his previous songs. And it sort of, you could see the shift to another style with this track, which then it fully moved into it with track 1 of disc 2, which is the flip side, Sandy's interlude, which, oh my god, you guys, that song is so good. You have no idea how excited that track made me, because it sort of cemented the fact that there's gonna be a change in the style of this album for the rest of this album, and I was super excited. I'ma do my own thing. That's the name. Yeah, I'ma do my own thing. It's so different from like the first part of the album. It's definitely darker, and it sets the mood for the rest of the album. It makes me feel like makes you feel like a stereotypical gangster, you know what I'm saying? I unfortunately don't understand what is being said in these tracks, and there's no time in my life where I felt like I wanted to know Punjabi more than during the track Daytona, because I felt like there were some bars being dropped, but I just didn't understand it because I don't know Punjabi. But it was God, what good songs they were. It felt like the first part of the album was more like a dance, pop album, and the second part was more about, the vibe, a different sort of vibe. I saw a lot of similarities between the songs I Really Do, which is the first song on the album, and 7.7 Magnitude, which is one of those songs in disc 2. And maybe it's because of the looped instrumental, I don't know why, but I just felt like a connection between the two, and it feels like a connection which makes it feel like it's on the same album, but it's two different vibes. So it's like, oh, I love that so much. They're so different, like in their essence, you know? And right after, wait, before that, I need to talk about transitions. This is something that has been pretty contentious when I'm listening to music. The transition between 7.7 magnitude and MF Gabru is one of the coolest transitions I have witnessed in a long, long time. I've experienced a lot of transitions. Some of my favorite are like from Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. The first time I even witnessed one of these transitions was like in Heroes and Villains by Metro Boomin. Very good album, amazing album. And I thought, that sort of set the standard for me. And then when I was listening to Hurry Up Tomorrow, don't get me wrong, I love that album. I love the production. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. But there's certain tracks in the album that one are just for transition, like I Can't Effing Sing and Until We're Skin and Bones, which like sandwich Sao Paulo. Those work. But the one song, Open Hearts sort of makes me sad, you know? Because it's such a good song, but the intro is like the ending of the previous song. So it feels very jarring to listen to when Open Hearts starts. The song feels like incomplete. It feels like I need to listen to the previous one and then listen to the next one, so it feels like a whole thing. And the thing is, sure, you can. There's a difference between listening to songs within an album and listening to songs just independently. But playlist culture is here, it's not going anywhere. So I feel like you should be able to listen to songs that have transitions individually as well. And that's something that I saw with this album, P-Pop Culture, because it has those transitions that like work independently as well. Although 7.7 magnitude has that part in the end where it's like building up and then it's just sort of goes nowhere because it's going to the next song. It doesn't feel as jarring as the one from the Weekend album. What good production. It's mm, great production. And it's only near the end of the album that I came to a really important and grave realization. I am deeply in love with Ikky. Now, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Ikky or Ikky. I don't know. But I was in doubt in the beginning of the album. I was like, can he only work with these sort of tracks? Is he just one of those, like Mustard, who, although has a lot of different types of tracks, he can only make bops. He can't really make anything other than that. But then the second part of the album hit, and I was like, oh my god, Ikky. I appreciated him more and more. This is a pretty tight album. It's only 34 minutes long with 11 tracks, which is quite a lot of tracks, but it's only 34 minutes long. But it's a damn good album. It's a really good album. So I think I'd like to hand this album an 8 out of 10. Do you guys know any independent Indian artists that I should be listening to? Let me know down in the comments because I really want to get into more independent Indian music. If you can't tell, I'm recording this later, which you can probably tell from my hair has more and less structure at the same time. I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, I want to be more present while listening to Indian indie music. And I used to think that music in India was like restricted to movie music, which now that I think about it is a pretty dumb assumption, but leave me alone. I was a kid. I was just a child. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be a singing video. Bye bye.